I'm Ann Elizabeth.
Tonight, we are speaking with Errol Weber,
Joe Collins, Asia Smith, Tamika Hamilton, Carlos Santamaria,
Greg Ratz, Agnes Giboney,
Ritesh Tandon,
C. Antonio Delgado,
Chris Fish, Eric Early,
Tito Ortiz. You are MAGA Hulk.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Wow.
ma'am. Yeah.
I wonder why.
I have no clue. No clue whatsoever.
These are people. Look at the way they are living. They're suffering. They need help. Welcome to Shifts Los Angeles. Welcome to 20 plus years of Adam in Congress. And wow, what a quote. It was so bold and it was so honest. And then you go on to humanize the homeless as parents, kids, families, and we don't think about that. We kind of put them in a mental box and label them homeless. So then you said, I'm tired of this shift. Aren't we all? So let's talk about that, because Los Angeles has one of the highest homeless populations in all of the nations. And so what is Adam Schiff doing exactly about it?
Schiff has not done a damn thing about it in 20 years, okay? Period. End of story.
And so what do you think President Trump does to represent you?
Donald Trump treats all Americans the same, no matter your race, no matter your sexuality, your gender.
With what they've done to the voting system.
Yes.
Amazing how many people have signed off on accepting all this. But so as for mail-in voting, what do you think about mail-ins and what's going to happen?
I'm going to tell you, mail-in voting.
It's just incredible that he felt like he could absolutely just lie to Americans' faces and try to get away with it. And I just thought it was.
And Chris didn't even stop it. Chris Wallace didn't even stop it.
Like, Chris didn't do anything.
Like the
I was very disappointed in Chris.
The consensus online is that President Trump was debating two people.
But I think Democrats, Republicans really don't matter. Let's just be Americans, and it's very important.
I agree. Can we talk about what happened when Black Lives Matter came to Huntington Beach?
They had their protests, and I believe in the First Amendment. That's our right as Americans. They came down here, they walked downtown, and they started a few fights, and they said, we didn't do our job right. We're going to come back, and we're going to burn this thing down. Ain't happening here. No possible way.
You're right. Endorsed and lauded by elected officials and law enforcement professionals across the country, Weber's newest feature documentary, Walking While Black, LOVE, is the answer. And I have to ask about this with the climate and tensions between, in America and between groups like Black Lives Matter and politicians and, defunding the police. All of it has become a very political conversation.
So how many of you listened to the question that Chris Wallace asked? Because I think President Trump was the only one that heard it. He wasn't asked to condemn white supremacy. If you think that was the question, congratulations, you're a fool. Joe, I have to ask this first and just get it out of the way, because it's one of the biggest points that people want to know about you. And that is that you, in fact, ran for a Green Party in the past, but now you are running red and endorsed by the California GOP, which says a lot. It's not an easy endorsement to get.
We're not Americans because we're voting for Trump. Like, what kind of logic is that? What kind of rationality is that? And it's not. So,
liberal logic.
Yeah.
I want to hear about it's what's going on with Black Lives Matter and Antifa, and the media can actually get people to believe that a few Trump protesters one night are to blame for months of looting, burning, murdering, beating, riots, and it's unbelievable, really. I can't even get into Antifa, which is on another level of insanity.
I'll talk about it all, Ann. I'm not shy about this stuff.
Hey, Flippin' Red California. We are with Don with Born to Ride for 45.
That's right.
California chapter.
And he said, it's a liberal state, we don't have a chapter there.
Wow.
And so I said,
purple
well, it's purple, right? Yeah, we're working on it.
And to even go one step further, it was obvious with her baby voice and her hair in her face that she wasn't even mentally sound.
And Xander, you are 17.
Yeah.
So what's it like being 17 and a Trump supporter?
A bit rough, they figure out you're a Republican and they want to expose you, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it that hard?
I wouldn't say it's the most difficult thing in the world, but it's a bit annoying mostly, because they figure out you're a Republican and then they try to expose you on social media. Luckily my school isn't that bad, but it can be annoying.
Are there other Trump supporters your age?
Oh yeah, there's tons, but a lot of them, some of them, like a majority of them, aren't vocal about it because they're scared of getting exposed. I'm having a voice for them, so, showing them they should be vocal about it. I get why they're scared, but we shouldn't have to be scared to be a Republican.
What about it is scary?
I don't find it scary, but they find it scary because they have a lot of friends and they fear those friends will like defriend them if they figure out they're a Republican. But I always tell them they're no friend at all if they are going to do that.
That's right. And what about physical? Are they afraid of anything happening to them physically?
Yeah, some of them are.
But when it comes to the left, they're always trying to separate you and segregate you. Blacks over here, whites, you kneel in front of blacks. I mean, it's like...
Do you find that insulting and
Absolutely, 100%.
So everybody believes that Trump supporters are white bread American cowboys. So what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, no, I don't think that's how it's going down this election.
Of course he condemns white supremacy. How many times has Trump said, yes, he condemns white supremacy? Yes, they still ask the question designed to fool you and cause a stir, and it worked.
Weapon is going to be a .357 revolver, Smith & Wesson 686. All right, go ahead and load it.
Okay, we're loaded.
All right. All right.
Oh my gosh.
First round, downrange.
Never before were they considered right, ever. That's another media spin. It doesn't take someone to have a medical degree or a science degree or study science or go to college or go to school. It takes a brain.
Can you believe how many people are here in just a short notice like this?
No, I believe it. You want to know why? Because every single event he holds, even if it's planned out of nowhere, last couple days, it's always by the thousands. This is tens of thousands, maybe 20,000.
Oh my God,
we don't know.
So
We don't know.
exciting. This is
But
so
this
exciting.
Thank you, and thank you to those who tuned in tonight for our live broadcast. I hope I taught you something. Crush the narrative. Don't eat the propaganda soup.